Welcome to one more episode of Success and Connection. And I'm here with Johnny Mac. How are you doing?
Good. How are you? Thank you very much for inviting me to your YouTube channel and to do this episode. I appreciate you taking the time, and you're flipping amazing. I'm doing great.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I'd like to know, for you, what's the definition of success and connection?
Success and connection. For me personally, success is achieving, like we're learning in Owners Club, like our Mount Everest, and for me to be successful is to be able to lift up, my children, those behind me, but also help people around me and use my success that I build, whatever that success may be, to then give back to, people. Specifically for me personally, like, people struggling with drug addiction, being incarcerated, like I want to help, people in that type of demographic, I guess you could say. So, yeah. And then what was the second part?
Connection.
Connection. So just listening and putting myself in somebody else's shoes and perspective when I'm listening to them and understanding where somebody's coming from by listening, and then being able to either, offer, solve their problem or just encourage them along the way in their journey, maybe reach down to pull them up.
It seems like you're passionate about helping others, especially addiction.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that, Johnny?
So why do I want to help people in addiction? Well, I personally struggle with drug addiction from an early age. God freed me from that from like 12 years ago. So I know what it's like to be in addiction. I know what it's like to have family that prays for you and wishes you weren't in addiction. I know what it's like to have siblings that cry for you and grandparents and this and that. So, and that life is so far behind me, but now as I have a passion for real estate, I also now want to parallel that and have a passion to help people in that situation. So that's why. How could I allow God to walk me out of that muck and mire and then take that experience and that testimony and then hide it under a rock? Like I'm not going to do that. So that's my passion.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
And how are you going to match that with real estate?
Match it with real estate?
Yeah. Do you think it's possible to do real estate and fulfill your passion and commitment?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you go into any major, like the drug addiction is an epidemic, right? A pandemic or epidemic, whatever. I think a pandemic. But yeah, there is a need for it everywhere. You go into any major metropolitan city, you see homeless people, you see people on drugs. But not only that, you talk to a handful of your family members or your friends, and you really get truthful with them and ask them, do you know anybody in your family that struggles with drugs? If they're being truthful, they're probably going to say yes, because it doesn't matter, your skin color, if you're poor or rich, it doesn't matter. It affects everybody. Kind of like COVID, right? COVID wasn't discriminative, whatever COVID was, but I'm just using that as a metaphor. So how can I match that with real estate? Well, I want to be able to educate people that are coming out of drug addiction, coming out of being incarcerated. I've never done, time, but I work with people that come out of prison and like they get a CDL license and they have a truck driving job and they're like acting like they hit the lottery because that's like their glass ceiling. I want to be able to shatter through education that glass ceiling and let you know, if you've struggled with drugs and now you're free from drugs, if you've been incarcerated and now you're free and you're looking to take that same drive that you had to go after drugs and now you turn it toward doing good, helping your family, fulfilling your dreams, and then helping thousands along the way. I want to be able to help people and share like, yeah, that's doable. And forget what society says and the mistakes you may have made in past, because you don't have to live in the past. You can make your own identity, and do your own thing. So does that kind of answer the question?
Absolutely. But, this is about real estate, but let me ask you this. What was the moment that you felt God calling you for this mission?
For this real estate mission, So I got free from drug addiction from God in 2012, and then I just kind of lived my life. I moved from Jersey to Quakertown, Pennsylvania, which when I first heard that town, I said to myself, because somebody told me about Quakertown, I'm like, I'm not going to some Amish people and cow location, but I went there, and that was in 2012. Met my wife. I got a flipping amazing family, had a great jobs, making six figures. But it was in 2018 that I read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and I got that real estate itch and, joined Sub 2 and 22. So that was kind of like when you get into real estate investing, there's so many different avenues. Like we all have so many different whys. Like my why and my passion is to help people coming out of drug addiction. I talk to people that have passion for homeless, and then you ask them why, because their mother was homeless or they were homeless. So there's so many different avenues that you can take real estate as a vehicle to do things to help others, so
Yeah.
it's kind of like it. So it was probably like 22, 23, a couple years ago where I still really started to like believe and take those steps forward toward that. Yeah.
Fantastic. So what kind of real estate are you doing today?
When I first when I got into real estate, I did a house hack where I bought a property. It was a 3-unit. It was fully rehabbed. So I lived in that for a couple of years. Then I did add value where I actually worked on the house that I live in now, nights and weekends after work. So I would go there and just redo all the work. And then from there, I got introduced to Sub 2 community and wholesaling. So that was in end of 22. So from there, I was working full time and I was doing nights and weekends wholesaling, focusing on pre-foreclosures. Like that is what I focus on right now is pre-foreclosures, helping people in pre-foreclosures save their houses. And then also when it comes down to the banks taking them, we can then buy their property. So I'm focusing on that. And then I'm also, because I have a project manager background with site development, I'm actually working with Duran Levy. He's a Sub 2 student. He actually won, I think, Sub 2 Student of the Year last year. But we're doing a development in Warrington, PA. So I'm helping him with the project management on that. And that's pretty much it. Right now, wholesaling, I do door knocking, things like that. Yeah.
I love it. So door knocking is the best, right?
It is, yes.
You get to connect with people and help them out.
You're right.
Yeah.
And you're belly to belly, face to face, yes.
That's
yes.
right. So I see that you have a lot to offer to the community, and not only the community, and a lot of other people. What do you need?
So when I first started real estate, I didn't know what wholesaling was like at all. And I need people that are looking for somebody that is like, I'm there to help people. So I want to do more deals with people. I need more problems to solve, Maybe somebody takes a step 1, 2, 3, and then they get stuck and they're like, oh no, I don't know how to close this deal. Well, reach out to me. I don't know how to write this contract up. Well, reach out to me. I don't know how to dispo this deal. Like I'm real big on meetups and stuff in the tri-state area in my region outside of Philly. So I'm always looking to connect. So I need my network to grow bigger because your net worth or your network is your net worth. So yeah.
Okay.
Right now. Yes.
That's great. So I love that so much. So if people want to contact you, how they find you, if they need help with your superpowers, that is the structure, right?
Yeah.
And connections. So how they find you?
You can go to my Instagram, which is John F. Mcallister, McAllister. Yeah, that's basically it, social media. Mm-hmm. And if you're in the tri-state area, you've seen our meetups all over. Like we have them in Delaware, South Jersey, 2 in Philly. We got one in Harrisburg, North Jersey. So we're everywhere, and it's awesome. So there's plenty of ways to connect. We actually do a live in-person power hour / No One Left Behind in Philadelphia every second Saturday where we're calling agents live, calling sellers. So come out to that, whether you're in Sub 2 or not. Would love to connect with you. Yes.
I love it. Okay, fantastic. Seems like you know what you're talking about, right? And you do. Thank you so very much, Johnny, for being with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sure.
Yep.
Thank you.